What is up, Waves Capital? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to be talking about how FaZe Clan has officially made its public markets debut in a successful merger with special purpose acquisition company BRPM. And although the first day of trading may have been a bit disappointing from a price action perspective, this is still very, very exciting from a long-term perspective. If you've been following along with the channel for a while, then you know that we've been waiting for this merger for a long time. We have covered the fundamental prospects of FaZe Clan from a long-term perspective in the past, and I think that this company has a very, very bright future ahead of it. Okay, so we will cover fundamentals. We will be covering, what technicals there are to cover, but we will be talking price action, more so longer-term price targets and how far I think FaZe can go over a longer-term time horizon, because the short-term is so speculative at the moment. But we will be talking about price a little bit. But in this video, once again, I do really want to focus on the fundamentals and just reiterate all of the arguments I've made in the past as to why I'm so bullish on FaZe Clan, on just the organization, on this media titan that is FaZe from a long-term time horizon, and why I was personally stoked to pick up some brand new FaZe stock for the portfolio this morning. Okay, so that's the breakdown of the video. To kick it off, we will be reading over this very well written and very extensive, but this will be timely, very well written article on CNBC by Zach Velez titled "FaZe Clan Goes Public in $725 million SPAC, but Gen Z creator economy stock sinks in debut." And again, we will cover why the price action we saw today isn't all that surprising, why it was almost to be expected, and again, why it really doesn't matter from a long-term time horizon perspective. Okay, so that is that, you guys. Again, we will talk price action a little bit, but before we do, you guys, please give the video a like if you picked up some FaZe stock today. It feels great to see the ticker symbol FAZE finally in the portfolio once again. And yeah, let me know if you're bullish on the stock from a long-term time horizon perspective. Let me know if you will be holding the stock moving forward, and let me know if you were a fan of FaZe prior to buying the stock like I was. Okay, and I'm sure you've noticed, definitely dressed up for the occasion. Got the FaZe Takashi Murakami collab jersey on. Got the little bear brick out. Bust it out down here. Bring him down from next to Cause Astro Boy. Got the FaZe bear brick. We are ready to talk some FaZe stock. So let's get into it. Let's get to reading. And again, sit back, relax, maybe grab a drink, because this article is a little longer, but it is solid, and I definitely feel like it's worth reading through the whole thing with you guys. So, key points. FaZe Clan is an online media company made up of 93 members, consisting primarily of esports competitors and content creators, plus a handful of celebrities like Snoop Dogg, who also serves on the company's board of directors. FaZe Clan, which started in 2010 with gamers posting videos on YouTube, was ranked the 4th most valuable esports company by Forbes. And we will go into a little bit about valuation and, once again, why even at these levels the valuation may be a little steep, but from a long-term perspective, I think this company has a lot of valuation ahead of it. Okay, so many planned SPAC deals remain on hold or were canceled in many companies that went public using a SPAC merger, or once again, special purpose acquisition company. Very hot in 2021, as many of you know. If you've been around, these are no stranger to you, but went public using a SPAC merger in the past few years have performed poorly for investors. They popped off initially, but again, these things have gotten cracked in the face over the course of the correction. Everything is, growth stocks in general have gotten hit really hard, but SPACs have especially gotten, slapped in the face a little bit. Okay, so FaZe shares sink in their debut on Wednesday, finishing down nearly 25%. Once again, not a big deal. And I'll just cover that briefly right now. But the reason for that being the stock, this merger was initially written up back in October of 2021. If you guys remember, Bitcoin reached an all-time high just a month after this merger was initially written up. So that shows how inflated the market was at that point in time. So it's no surprise that, again, immediately first day of trading, the valuation is cut by 25%. And honestly, just again, for full transparency, and I wouldn't be surprised to see this by any means in the short term, if we see further correction, if we see more, honestly, buying opportunities to get in at a better price, simply due to the fact that The rest of the market, I mean, when you're talking about SPACs, when you're talking about growth stocks, I mean, even great stocks like Roblox as well, which we cover a lot here on the channel, kind of similar in a similar realm to FaZe when it comes to sectors of the equity markets. They've seen, I mean, definitely more than 50, 60, 70, 80, some even 90% corrections from the highs they were at in November of 2021. So FaZe might see a bit more of a haircut from here just as it kind of catches up with the correction that the rest of the market has seen. But again, similar to so many of the other stocks we talk about here, everything we're invested in, Waves Cap is invested in for the long haul. And again, this is just my opinion, but this company has a lot of upside ahead of it, given just the kind of the infancy of the sector as a whole. And again, what personally, I mean, 100 Thieves, FaZe Clan, obviously the top two, and yeah, I'm excited to see what comes of this. So, digital entertainment and esports brand FaZe Clan began trading on the Nasdaq on Wednesday after completing a SPAC merger in a deal valued at $725 million. A big step for creator economy companies to be publicly traded. FaZe Clan's social creators have a combined following of over 500 million across multiple platforms such as YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch. FaZe Clan was also ranked the fourth most valuable esports company by Forbes. The company began trading on the Nasdaq under the ticker FaZe. Shares sank in their debut on Wednesday, finishing their first day of trading down nearly 25%. A SPAC, or special purpose acquisition company, purchases an existing private business and takes it to the public markets. SPACs gained popularity during the pandemic as an alternative to the traditional initial public offering. However, the SPAC market has dried up. Many planned deals remain on hold or were canceled, and many companies that went public using the SPAC merger in the past few years have performed extremely poorly, losing over half of their value in 2022 over the first half of the year. Once again, this is SPACs, but if you look at ARK Innovation, you look at, the Russell 2000, you look at just kind of small caps and growth sectors in general. Hey, even like Netflix, a lot of the mega caps as well. What's not down 30, 40, 50%, right? So, again, SPACs performing poorly, but that's just a factor of the entirety of the market performing poorly. Despite the current market conditions and the threat of new SPAC regulation, FaZe Clan CEO Lee Trink said he feels confident going public via a SPAC was the right decision for the company. Quote, "I understand why other companies have been criticized for going public via the SPAC vehicle, but for us, it really fits," Trink said. FaZe Clan was founded in 2010 by a group that started posting gameplay videos on YouTube. The company then grew in membership and engagement, branching off into new vehicles such as esports, where players take part in video game competitions. Trink, who was previously president of Capitol Records, joined the company in 2018, seeing an opportunity in a brand focused on younger audiences. "We think we're the first Gen Z native brand to go public. We're certainly the first creative-based brand to go public," Trink said. So, once again, Roblox, a stock that we cover a lot around here, tomato, Roblox, arguably even a younger demographic than FaZe, but a lot of parallels there when it comes to demographics and future potential given that very, very young demographic. From a Gen Z perspective. And again, I'm technically on like the very back end of being a millennial, but even I what was it, like 14 to 36 is their primary demo. That's a very, when you're thinking about a long-term time horizon, I'm saying that a lot but that's because it's important to kind of keep that frame of mind when you're looking at the valuation of FaZe Clan right now. And again, you guys, given the younger demographic, there is a lot of potential here from a long-term perspective. The initial plan was to go public in the first quarter of this year. That obviously didn't happen, said Tobias Sek, a business analyst with the Esports Observer. But in March, FaZe Clan received a $20 million bridge loan from B. Riley Principal Commercial Capital, the SPAC with which it is merging. Quote, "It seems to be their best attempt at securing capital, especially in the rather rough economic times we're currently in," Sek said. "It's obviously still nascent, and most of the organizations are still trying to figure out how to actually make money," he added. In an amended June filing related to the deal, the company reported estimated 2021 revenue of roughly $50 million and a forecast for $90 million in revenue in 2022. But a wider adjusted EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, good old EBITDA, lost than it had previously forecasted of $19 million. So that's very important. And that is an issue that FaZe Clan is going to face in this market environment, you guys. And that is the fact that it is not yet profitable and actually has a pretty staggering multiple that this current market environment may not be too kind to in the short term, which is once again why it's important to keep your eyes on the prize and keep a long-term, just keep that long-term frame of mind when you're thinking of FaZe Clan, because the short term, wouldn't be surprised in the slightest, actually expecting it to be a little more choppy given the fact that I personally believe it needs a bit more of a haircut given the current macroeconomic backdrop and the valuations of just every other company in the market that we've covered a lot around here. Again, a haircut in the short term wouldn't surprise me, but again, when you're talking about guidance, not like next quarter, not the quarter following that, maybe not even next year, but when you're talking about 2, 3, 5, 10 years from now, FaZe definitely has a potential to be the Nike of esports. And we all know esports isn't going anywhere if you game at all. If you have kids that game, you would know that. And yeah, there's a very bright future for gaming, which is again why I've been covering like Roblox and like Unity on the channel very frequently, and featured them in the portfolio as well. So before we reread further, you guys, if you do want to know how I'll personally be trading FaZe on a day-to-day basis, along with all of the other growth stocks I've kind of been mentioning throughout this video, again, names like Roblox, names like Unity, other players within the gaming, metaverse, esports sector, along with cryptocurrency stocks, biotech stocks, genomic stocks, literally every position in my current portfolio, call options, put options, stock positions, crypto positions, the whole, literally everything. If you want to know how I'm trading on a day-to-day basis and you want the 3 newsletters I write every single trading day, which are my trade alert, my macro analysis, and my price targets newsletter, that's going to be the first link down in the description box below. $15 a month or $40 for every 3 months. That's completely up to you. But once again, if you want to join Waves Capital, if you want to join the winning team, that is going to be the first link down in the description box below. And yeah, boom. Let's keep reading about FaZe. FaZe Clan plans to bring on more creators and help them grow their own community, an alternative to reliance on advertising revenue from existing social media brands. FaZe Clan will fund investments and will create the product and will own a bigger piece of the upside. That's the future of the creator economy, Trink said. Trink projects that the esports business will be a smaller part of FaZe Clan's revenue in the future. Upcoming projects may include expanding a gambling business with DraftKings, a delivery-only dining option similar to fellow influencer Mr. Beastburger, and play-to-earn gaming, which allows streamers to be paid. FaZe Clan is expected to raise nearly $60 million in proceeds from the SPAC deal, according to market sources familiar with the deal. The current stockholders continuing to own 77% of the company after going public. You know, the boys, I mean, shout out Banks, Apex, Rain, all the OGs. These guys are definitely eating well. So with the current stockholders continuing to own, just read that, 77% of the company after going public. The creator economy is a growing force in the markets. Wrapping it up here, guys. The global market size is estimated to be over $13 billion, according to Statista, and is primarily focused on a younger generation. FaZe Clan prides itself on capturing a younger audience, reporting that 80% is made up of 13 to 34-year-olds. There was the metric that, because I just read through this a couple of times and highlighted it, I thought we read it, but there it is right there. 80% is made up of 13 to 34-year-olds. And I wouldn't be surprised if the other 20%, honestly, is like 10 to 13-year-olds. So, again, you guys, younger demo. Moving forward, when you're talking about a company of the future, you got to look to the demographic. You got to look to their prime audience. And this is a very young audience who has a lot of life ahead of them. And hey, you know, with some of these with plays like CRISP or Editas, some of these biotech and genomics companies that we're invested in at Waves Cap as well, you never know how long these guys are going to live. And the longer these youngins live, the more powerful the brand of FaZe is going to be. Gen Z is not about your parents' brands. Gen Z wants connectivity and proximity, Trink said. We're the translators, and we do know, what we do know is how to reach this audience, he added. So, again, you guys, shout out to the team over at FaZe Clan. Been friendly with them for a long time. Been a fan of theirs as well for a long time. So, cheers to you guys. If any of you are watching, congrats. You are eating good this weekend. Treat your boy to dinner next time we link. And, yeah. Just peace you guys out with some parting words with Little Bear Brick Man and my thoughts on the price of the stock. Right now we're floating at about $10 and a market cap of just under $1 billion, which again, you guys, maybe it's because of the volatility of the stock, and again, just the nature of the overall market environment. I wouldn't be surprised to see this cut down to maybe a $400 to $500 million valuation once the dust settles, if I'm being completely honest. But I will say, money's where my mouth is. I did buy some today, shared it in the newsletter, bought some stock, no options just yet. But again, if you want to know when I am picking up some options, when I'll be buying stock, if I'm dollar cost averaging along the way, or if I have some downside price targets, again, based on what I perceive the bottom, the anchor valuation of this company could be. Join the winning team once again, join Waves Capital, and let me know in the comments down below if you guys are excited about the future of FaZe like I am. And once again, if you picked up some stock, if so, get ready to hold, get ready to practice that hand strength, and potentially get ready to pick up a lot more down the road. Okay, so we'll call it there, you guys. I appreciate you watching, and until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace. I actually want to show you guys this little guy because he's pretty damn cute. Look at these buggers. You got little man and pops. Boom, boom. Got a little man on the way, too. I'll probably give this one to him. So, cheers, you guys. Again, I'll talk to you downstairs in the comments. And until next time, take action. Make waves. Peace, guys. Scuff that. Later, guys.